I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I lived here 70-some plus years. Born here. Went to school here. Seen changes of all kind here. Still seeing changes.
We've never been one to tread water. So there's always a reinvention going on, and it's about giving people choices, and it's about looking into the future.
I mean, this is one of those places where I see a lot of potential. You know, there's a lot of potential here. It's like a gym.
I think Charlotte is full of life, full of opportunities, and I think that's why it's growing.
We have a picture of the skyline in 1976. It had 4 buildings. In the last 20 years, virtually everything you see in downtown Charlotte has sprouted out of the red clay hills.
We have been, in recent years, one of the fastest growing cities in the country. We've had a lot of challenges that I think we're tackling now in terms of how do we make this a more people-friendly city.
Charlotte is a city that's going through a major reinvention right now. And one of the challenges here is building community, is finding ways to bring people together. And the light rail is picking that up and really running with it.
This was not here when I moved. The train was not here. It was kind of hard getting around, but now it's getting much better. I've seen the city grow up before my eyes, which is really cool.
Transportation is what builds cities. The trolleys expanded the city, and now the light rail is running on the same route that the original rail line ran on. It looks to the past. I'm a historian. I think that's a great thing. That's one of the ways that you know you're on the right track, no pun intended.
In order to progress in a community and have economic independence, you need to be mobile, and transit enables that.
We rode the train down from uptown and just to have lunch and do some shopping. I bought a tomato plant and strawberries.
Being on the light rail has been a huge opportunity for us to capture an audience of commuters and families and sports fans and all kinds of people who might not find out about us any other way.
The stations bring ridership. They bring lots of people coming and going. So the developers are keenly interested in building around light rail.
When we opened here, there was none of these businesses were here. But since the rail line, the housing, the apartment housing especially, has really went crazy.
Riding the train makes me feel like I'm doing my part in the community. I'm doing my part as far as, keeping the emissions down. I can just hop on a train and go where I need to go.
The Siemens S70 light rail vehicle regenerates electric energy upon braking. It uses electric energy for the propulsion system, so there's 0 point emissions in the corridor that it runs on, and it's a high-capacity system. Build something like this and riders will come.
The train is something of a magic impetus there that has literally changed people's attitudes about transit.
What Charlotte has done is made some very wise decisions, which has balanced the need for quality of life with its commercial and economic vitality.
I'm convinced that the city that plans for the future and anticipates the future, as opposed to reacting to the future, will be the city that survives.
When it comes to sustainability, you're not doing it just because it's a fad. You're doing it because you believe it, and you want to create something that's going to last for a long time.
As more people move into the city, the increase in power and demand continues to go up. And Charlotte is making tremendous strides in focusing on building technologies to conserve energy.
There is a desire to make Charlotte an energy center that's not frozen in one particular energy technology.
We've got great partners with companies like Siemens, and we are buying new gas-fired turbines that will create a sustainable and cleaner environment.
These kinds of decisions are really important in terms of the kind of life that people will be living and leading when while they're here in Charlotte.
Urban living is much more sustainable. Higher degrees of density are much more sustainable.
We're part of this global scale of interdependent cities. And when Our students at our age, they'll be living in a world where what happens in Mumbai affects dramatically what happens in Charlotte.
Cities are very much living organisms. Things change, ideas change, and people change in terms of what they want and desire in a community.
This infrastructure will be here for generations to come, and it's actually brought neighborhoods and people together as opposed to separating those people and those neighborhoods.
I've traveled all over the United States, and I've been to a lot of places that I like, but I don't like them good enough to live there.
The last thing that I would want my children to think when they know that their father is a utility executive is that I made things worse for their children. And so those are the decisions that we're making every day, and we have to make them with our mind's eye on what's the legacy that we want to leave.
Things that matter, things with substance, have longevity. It creates layers that make us unique and give us some soul.
What's happening now in the center city and the south end along the light rail lines is that sense of community, that sense of walkability, that sense of possibility. We need places to come together, and that's what a city is. It's a place to come together to find your future.